Welcome back everybody to another lesson with English in Cape Town with Teacher Theresa. Now, our previous lesson we were looking at nouns, the singular nouns, and which articles to use in front of the singular nouns. And because we are busy with our beginner phase, we just use the two basic articles a and an. Now today we will be looking at our plural nouns. Now, what is the difference between a singular noun and a plural noun? A singular noun is one noun, just one noun, and you remember the nouns are, there's four things: people, animals, places, and things. Those are our nouns. So when we have one noun, singular noun, we use a or an. Like, remember, an apple. An apple. So this is a singular noun, one noun. But today we are going to look at plural nouns, when we have more than one or many. So when we have many apples, we will use S or ES. Now at the board here today we're going to look at just the nouns with S at the end. So when we look at one apple, we will say an apple. Remember, an apple, because apple starts with the vowel A. So we will use an apple. But what happens if we have two or more than one? We will have two apples. And you see here, apples will get an S. So we will have two apples. Now let's go back to ball. One ball will be a ball. A ball. That's one. Singular noun, one ball, a ball. But now, what if we have plural for balls? Plural for ball, more than one or many, we will have three balls. Again, three balls. Do you see the S? Please don't forget the S, okay? And when we have more than one, we obviously do not use a and an anymore, because a and an are for one singular nouns. Now we are dealing with three balls. Don't forget that S, very important. S. Now look at cat. When we have one, we have a cat. A cat, one cat, a cat. Now we have plural nouns. We have four cats. Four cats. Please remember the S. Four cats. A dog. A dog. One dog. One dog. Singular noun. One dog. Now let's look at when we have five dogs. Five dogs. Please repeat after me and don't forget the S. Five dogs. And let's look at the last one. Egg. One egg, singular egg. We will say an egg, because yes, you are correct. Egg starts with a vowel E, so we will use an egg. An egg. Now let's go and look if we use six eggs. Six eggs. So six eggs with an S. Please don't forget that S. Now we're going to look at when we are going to use ES for our plural nouns. So remember, in plural nouns, which is more than one, we can use the S at the end, like two apples, three balls, four cats, five dogs, or six eggs. Six eggs. Now let's go and look at when and how we are going to use ES. es for plural nouns. Okay, so now if we look at this board, we will look at singular nouns that ends on s, ss, x, sh, and ch. Now, these singular nouns, remember, one noun, still gets a or an in front of the singular noun. But when we look at the plural nouns for nouns ending in s, ss, x, ch, and sh, we need to add an es. So we will have one bus, a bus, a bus, one bus, a bus. But for plural noun, two or more, we have two buses. And here we add an es, buses. So we have two buses, two buses. Now if we look at one dress, a dress, one dress. She is wearing a beautiful dress, a dress. That is for one singular noun, a dress. So what if we have three dresses? Three dresses, we add an es at the end of dresses. So we have again one dress, a dress, but three dresses, es. Then let's look at an animal, a fox, one singular fox, a fox. But what if we have four foxes, four foxes? Because the noun fox ends on an x, in the plural form we add es, es. So four foxes. Then we have a brush, just one brush. We need one brush to brush our hair every day, yes? But when you have very long hair, like mine, maybe, just maybe, you need 5 brushes. 5 brushes. And again, because the noun ends an sh, like in brush, we add an es, brushes. One brush, a brush, but 5 brushes. A beach, just one beach. Now, just to name one beautiful beach in Cape Town, definitely Camps Bay. But we have many beautiful beaches. I wonder if any of you can name me any of the beaches in Cape Town. We have at least 6 very famous beaches in Cape Town. Okay, so those nouns again, plural nouns, when does it get es? We look at when the noun ends on s, like a bus, one bus, but 2 buses, es. A dress, when the noun ends with double s, we add an es for plural. So a dress, but 3 dresses. A fox, one fox, but 4 foxes, es. A brush, or 5 brushes, es for the noun in plural. Then we have a beach, one beautiful beach, but Cape Town have plenty, many, at least 6 beautiful beaches, es. So let's look at the next board where we will practice when do we use a or an for singular, or s or es for plural. Okay, now let's look at the board. On the right hand side, we have our singular nouns, and we have to choose if we're going to put a or an in front of the singular nouns. And on the right hand side of the board, we have our plural nouns. So we're going to decide if we're going to put s or es. So let's start with the first one. We have axe. Axe. Now, down below you'll see a nice little picture of an axe. That's the one that we use to chop the wood, yes? So axe, very interestingly, in English we can spell with an E or without the E. Okay, so a singular axe. Are we going to say a axe or an axe? Say it with me. Yes, you're quite right. It is an axe. An axe, yes, because axe starts with the vowel A. So we're going to say an axe. And remember, when we say it fast, we're going to say an axe. An axe. So an axe, one singular axe, an axe. But because when we speak in English, we say it very fast, we're going to say an axe. Yes? Good. Okay, now let's look at what happens if we have two or more, plural. Now do you remember, axe ends in an X, so the plural noun for axe, the plural for axe would get es. Yes, so we will have two axes with es because axe ends in an X. So we will have two axes. Two axes. Now let's look at the second one, the next one on the board. Here we have box. Box. So when we have one box, we will say we have a box. Yes, correct. Yes, so we will have a box, not an, because box starts with a consonant B, not with a vowel. So box starts with a consonant B, and therefore we will say a box. Yes, one box, a box. Now let's look at our plural, or when we have two, we will say we have, here we have three. We have three boxes. So boxes again ends with an X, so we will add es for three boxes. Three boxes. Okay, let's go look at the third one. Here we have a fish. Yes, noun, singular noun, fish, one animal, fish. We have a fish. Yes, a fish, because again fish starts with a consonant F, no vowel. Yeah, so we have a fish, and if we speak fast we say a fish. Yes, a fish, a fish. That is for one singular fish. Now let's look, if we gone fishing and we caught maybe four. Yeah, let's look. What do we do for four fishes? Because fish ends in sh, we will add es. Four fishes. Four fishes. One fish, a fish, but four fishes. Now let's go and look at orange, the most important fruit in winter time. Orange. We have lots of oranges in Cape Town. Amazing. But when we have one a day, we have, is it a or an? A or an orange? Can you say it with me? Yes, we have an orange. Because orange starts with the vowel A, we have an orange. So one orange, an orange. And now what happens if we buy 6? We will have 6 oranges. Yes, it just gets an S. Oranges, 6 oranges. One orange, an orange, or 6 oranges. Now look at the last one. Watch. I do not wear a watch, funny enough. But if we have to wear a watch, there we go. A watch, yes, because I gave you the answer already, yes. So we have a watch because watch starts with a W, yes. So a watch, one singular watch, a watch. But when we have 5, we have 5 watches. And again, it ends on an ES because watch ends on CH. So singular, we have 1 watch, or more than 1. Plural, we will have 5 watches. 5 watches. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson with regards to singular or plural nouns. Thank you very much for being with me. I hope you've learned a lot. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Put it down in the link below, and one of us will most definitely get back to you as soon as possible. In the meantime, please like, subscribe and share where possible. We have to date 69 subscribers. Thank you very much to each and every one of you. Our aim, of course, is to get to 1,000 subscribers. And I'm going to be a little bit cheeky and say I hope we're going to do that by the end of this year. With your help, as always, grateful. Thank you. Until next time, see you. Bye.